Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. The big story right now is that Shohei Ohtani has become the first member of the 50-50 club. Dodgers are leading Miami 19-3 now in the top half of the ninth inning. Ohtani has gone deep twice and stolen 2 bases. So he now has, Ohtani has now gone deep 3 times in the ball game. He's gone deep again. So 3 home runs and 2 stolen bases for Ohtani. What a game for him. What a season, as he's become the first member of the 50-50 club in Major League Baseball. Ohtani now with 52 home runs and 51 stolen bases. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Nationals, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done, because Lowe's knows pros.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's up? James Cole here from the Sleeper King Football Podcast, a short-form show dedicated to sleepers. Every fantasy league has a Sleeper King. It should be you. Follow Sleeper King Football in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Former Bears head coach and NFL insider Dave Wanstead talks football on The Score 2 times a week. First, Tuesday mornings at 7:40 with Mully and Haw, and then Thursdays at 5 p.m. with the Score's afternoon show.
I think Flus probably went in there, punched the wall after the game and said, we've got to make some adjustments. We should have really come out and pondered these guys.
You ever punch a wall?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I punched a lot of things, but
Wani 2 times a week on Sports Radio 670 The Score and live on the free Odyssey app.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on The Score and the Odyssey app.
Ian Happ drives one in the air. That ball is gone.
Throughout the season, catch every Cubs game live on 670 The Score. And if you live in the Chicago area, listen live on the free Odyssey app. Plus, talk Cubs every day with Mully and Haw, Bernstein and Holmes, and Parkins and Spiegel.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get him. Sensational play by Nico Horner.
The voices you know, the team you love. Your Chicago Cubs, your Odyssey.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone. Back in the stands. That ball is gone. A game-winning home run. Can you believe it? This is what you came in for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Benny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Arturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the sports book born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the first game of a 4-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's a very warm and pleasant late summer night here at the friendly confines. The starting pitchers tonight, the veteran left-hander Patrick Corbin starting for Washington, right-hander Javier Assad is on the mound for the Cubs. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Leading off for the visitors from our nation's capital, C.J. Abrams will lead off at short. Dylan Cruz in right field. James Wood is the Nationals' left fielder. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Andres Chaparro. Jose Tena batting fifth and playing third base. The Washington catcher is Keibert Ruiz. Juan Yepez batting seventh and playing first base. Darren Baker, that's Dusty's son. Darren Baker playing second base and batting eighth. And Jacob Young is the center fielder for Washington. So those are the Nationals. Here are the Cubs. Ian Happ will lead off in left field. Dansby Swanson at shortstop. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. Batting cleanup and playing right field, Cody Bellinger. Isaac Paredes at third base. Batting sixth and playing first base, Patrick Wisdom. Nico Horner batting seventh and playing second base. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. And batting ninth is Cubs catcher Miguel Amaya. So there you have the lineups. Back to get this ball game started. Right after this, you are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
Game time temperature right around 80 degrees. Very warm day. It's a little breezy. Looks like the wind is blowing toward left. A fly ball to left will get a little bit of carry, at least early in the game. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts. Four Seasons. Cubs in their home whites. White shirts and trousers, blue pinstripes all over, blue hats, helmets, sleeves, and socks, and a variety of shoe colors. The Nationals in their traveling navy blue shirts with gray trousers. You've got navy blue hats and helmets with red bills. We are ready to go. The Nationals wearing red numbers on their backs. The first pitch of the game from Javier Assad to C.J. Abrams is outside, and away we go. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies blue, Wrigley Field green, or marquee red. A line drive up the middle, base hit. Past a diving Dansby Swanson. It's a leadoff single for C.J. Abrams. But Benjamin Moore is the official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Ron, as you think about Javier Assad facing these Nationals, what's on your mind?
Well, first of all, getting out of the way of that first line drive. That's first. That was one of those chuck and duck as Abrams took that two-seamer up and out over the plate and smoked it right back at Assad. But I think the two-seam fastball, having command of that pitch on both sides of the plate.
The runner goes on the very first pitch. The throw down to second, not in time. The ball hits the runner and bounces over toward the hole at short. Abrams gets the stolen base. Not a bad throw by Amaya, but the ball and the runner got to the bag at the exact same moment. Nico Horner could not catch the throw because it hit the head-first sliding back of the body of C.J. Abrams.
Yeah, I think this ball hits him in his spike as the throw is just a little on the second base side of the bag and hit him in his spike, but good jump by Abrams.
Dylan Cruz waiting for the pitch. It's a strike, 0-2. Assad had a ball game against Washington back on the 31st of August. He beat them with 6 strong innings, gave up 3 earned runs in a 5-3 win. Breaking ball is outside 1-2. Looks like the ball's going to carry to left a little tonight, Ron.
It's been blowing in all week, and it's been warm here, which is kind of unique, right, for the wind to be blowing in. But tonight now, this is more of the norm. It was a warm day here in downtown and on the north side of Chicago, and now it is. It's blowing out towards that left field foul pole.
Assad could use a strikeout. Instead, he'll bluff a move towards second. The umpires tonight, Trip Gibson, will call balls and strikes. Adrian Johnson working at first. David Arrieta, the second base umpire. Ramon De Jesus at third. The pitch, strike three call. Bullseye on the outside corner. Dylan Cruz caught looking. One down, a runner still at second, and the batter is James Wood.
Well, that's that pitch we were talking about, two-seam fastball from Assad. It starts out well off the plate away and comes back. Javi might have got the benefit of the doubt from Trip Gibson. That pitch borderline on the outside corner. But that's the pitch that if Javi has good command of that pitch, he's going to have a nice night.
Wood, a left-handed batter. Pickoff throw to second, not in time. Dansby covering. Assad's throw appeared to be in time, but the quickness of Abrams dove back to the bag just ahead of being tagged.
Abrams takes off from second. He's going to go. And then they have the pickoff on, which is perfect timing. But the throw from Javi kind of handcuffs Swanson.
He's running to third, and it's a stolen base. The pitch outside. Well, you talk about a guy being undaunted. Abrams almost picked off, and on the very next pitch, off he goes.
Well, that's how they almost got him the first time, is he was taking off on that pitch. And now here in the very first inning with one out, Cubs with the infield in.
A man at third, the tall, strong, left-handed batting Wood takes outside 2-0. You'd like to get a ground ball, something you can keep on the infield if you're Assad. He has a good sinking fastball. Wood has driven in 37. He'll take a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, the infield being in, Abrams is going to be going on contact from third base. You see, Paredes really holding him on at third.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. What's on your mind here, Ron?
I like the two-seamer. I mean, you got options right now. I think Wood is looking for that two-seamer, and Javi threw the changeup, and he was well out in front of him. He might be able to go back-to-back changeups and get the punch out.
Abrams now has 31 steals. Here's a chopper foul. He has been caught 12 times, so that's not a great percentage. I've always heard 85% for the top-notch base stealers. You want that success rate. Anything below that, I think managers think, let's think twice about this.
A little too much risk-reward, right? Too much risk.
Here comes the 2-2, swinging a foul back.
Javi tried to go with that two-seamer inside where he started out at the left-handed hitter's front hip and break it over the inside corner, but that one got a little too much of the plate. Wood couldn't get on top of it and just fouled it back.
Third baseman Paredes playing close to the bag, keeping the runner Abrams somewhat close. The delivery outside, 3-2. Wood playing for Washington, grew up in Rockville, Maryland, not too far away from our nation's capital. The Nationals, 20 games under 500. Here's a bouncer slowly hit toward first, foul ball. Wisdom came in, gloved it, but it was foul. He went ahead and threw home. The play did not count.
It was almost a traffic jam at home plate. You got a guy running fast as Abrams, almost wiped out three guys between the catcher, the hitter, and the umpire. I mean, he came in coming in hot, and he wasn't slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, Abrams expected his teammate to be running up the first baseline. The 3-2 pitch. Just outside for a ball. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Assad thought he had him. Almost looked like Gibson considered calling it a strike if I was reading his body language properly. Two men on with one away, top of the first, no score, runners at first and third, and the batter, Andres Chaparro.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and I think Gibson realizes the movement of Assad's two-seam fastball. You got to get a good long look at the pitch before you kind of either ring a guy up or call it a ball too soon.
Chaparro, sturdy right-handed batter. He's the DH. His average at .218. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Infield is back. The runner at first goes. The pitch hit in the air to right, slicing toward foul territory. Long run, Bellinger. Over near the sidewall, the ball is out of play. It hit the top of the sidewall and kicked up into the stands. Bellinger reaching up, but it just sliced out of his reach as there was no way to catch it. Cody went into that sidewall at a pretty good clip. I think he's okay, but even though there's padding on that wall, it's solid brick right behind the pads.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play for Cody. He's going in. He was looking to catch this ball. And the ball, as you said, at the top of the wall. Cody, you worry about a guy's wrist going into that wall.
Base hit to right by Andres Chaparro. Drives in the game's first run. A soft opposite field single through the right side for Chaparro. Wood stops at second. Abrams scores. 1-0 Nationals, and the batter is Jose Tena.
Well, Chaparro just taking advantage of the Cubs' defensive alignment as they played Nico right up the middle. He got a 2-seam fastball inside, just inside outs this ball, and just shoots it to right field for a base hit and drives in a first run of the ballgame.
Washington got swept by the New York Mets in New York earlier this week, and they were not hitting the ball at all. They were held to a grand total of 2 runs in the 3 games by the Mets pitching staff. And they, in fact, came into this game scoreless in their last 15 innings of batting, but they're on the board right away. Here's Jose Tena.
That's a lot of innings without scoring a run.
Yeah. Tena, a left-handed batter, swings and misses.
You know, Washington, with this really young group that they have, they got some very talented young players, but the key word is young. They're a very young team. So, you know, there are nights they're going to do really well as a group, and then nights they're going to struggle.
Tena takes a strike, 1-1. Tena hitting .286. Hasn't played all that much. 3 home runs, 14 driven in. Hits out of a bit of a crouch from the left side and takes a ball in the dust, blocked skillfully by Amaya.
Little off-speed pitch there, curveball in dirt, 80 miles an hour. And as always, speed gun tonight, powered by Xfinity. Extreme sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
A run in, man at first and second, 1 away, top of the first, 1-0 Nationals. And the 2-1 to Tena. That's a strike. The announcement of the umpire, sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. Paul Zerang, our great engineer at the controls. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tena chasing a high, hard one. And Zach breaking the news earlier on. I don't know if you heard this, but Shohei Ohtani becomes the very first member ever in baseball's 50-50 club. 50 homers and 50 stolen bases in 1 year.
Yeah, how about that? That's
amazing.
It really is. And, you know, you think about the impact he has had on the league and just dominating, you know, in multiple categories. But 50 home runs, and now after today, 51 and 51 home runs and stolen bases.
Keibert Ruiz will take a strike. Zach was reporting that huge game that he had earlier today. We'll get an update. Is that game over yet, or is he still hitting more home runs, Zach?
I'm sure he would if it was still
home
going.
Run derby there, or what are they playing?
For
there?
him, it is.
Yeah.
He 6 hits today, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases.
Did you say 10 RBIs?
10 RBIs.
Something tells me he'll remember this day.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, yeah, and the Dodgers won big, 20-4 over the Marlins in Miami. What a game.
So 3 homers. He gets to 50-50 and now 51-51. Amazing. Here comes the 2-1 to Ruiz. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And he hits drives, Ron. I'm thinking of the one he hit last week against the Cubs at Dodger Stadium. A line drive, deep right center, never got more than about 15 feet off the ground. It just stayed on a laser-like trajectory all the way to the seats.
It really was unbelievable. And the thing to me is you're expecting that ball to come down and have that little hump in it and bounce into the wall or hit the wall. It didn't do any of the sorts and just blasted into the seats. It was absolute bullet.
But you start thinking about that combination. Think how many guys would love to be even close to one of those categories. 50 home runs? You were a slugger, Ron.
Yeah, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. Yep.
Swing and a miss, strike three, and that ends the inning. The Nationals settle for 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a pair after a half. Washington 1, Cubs coming up. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, save big on top brands during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save $40 on select 5-gallon Valspar paint, like Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, or Valspar Stain. Plus, save $20 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Shop these limited-time deals and more in-store or online. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 10/27. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
If you want the real story behind the NFL, you need the Stinkin' Truth podcast. 3-time Super Bowl champ Mark Schlereth breaks down the biggest plays, the biggest games, and the untold stories that make this game what it is. Follow the Stinkin' Truth, the Odyssey app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the field to the locker room to the airwaves, The Score delivers big-name Bears players all season long.
Monday mornings after the game, get reaction from Bears' #1 wide receiver, DJ Moore at 8 with Mully and Haw.
The first real live-action 4-quarter football for him. I think he handled it well.
Then at 5, it's star cornerback Jalen Johnson with the afternoon show.
And again, I feel like kind of going back to the hype. Like, they just looked at the Bears as, okay, the Bears are just this super magical team. Like, nah, at the end of the day, we did what a lot of good teams in the offseason did. They went and we added pieces.
And Tuesdays at noon, it's Chicago native and starting linebacker TJ Edwards with Bernstein and Holmes.
Who does the talking on this defense?
Honestly, just characters in general we got on this defense, and it's a great group to be around. I think everyone speaks when it's time. I think the way that we go about our business, we all understand that we're all leaders.
3 big names taking you inside the Bears locker room.
On Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Cubs leadoff man is Ian Happ. Will face the veteran left-hander Patrick Corbin. Here we go. Bottom of the first inning. Ian fouls it away off to the right and out of play. Cubs leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Here's a bouncer to short, charging and gloving as Abrams running throw to first in time. And that's out number 1. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Ron, what's the Cubs' offensive plan against Patrick Corbin?
Well, Corbin's going to be a guy that I'd say the majority of his pitches, and I mean a big majority, are going to be down. He's going to throw 2-seamer. He's going to be basically sinker slider, but the slider and curveball both have pretty good downward tilt to them. But he pitches at the knees. That first pitch to Swanson, a fastball, 2-seamer, right at the knees at the bottom of the zone. You have to get his pitches up in the zone. If you can get them up in the zone, that's when those pitches flatten out, and they can go a long way.
Swanson fouls it away. Dansby hitting .237, 15 home runs. He's driven in 63. Has a good chance to win another Gold Glove for his work at shortstop. I would certainly vote for him. Mm-hmm. There's a pitch down low. I'm a bit biased, admittedly.
But him and Nico have had great years up the middle.
I think they both deserve another Gold Glove.
Mm-hmm. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's think possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Ground ball left side, backhanded by Abrams. Long off balance throw. Not in time. Abrams made a great effort and almost got Swanson when I thought there was no chance at all it would even be close, Ron.
Yeah, this is about as athletic a play as you're going to see a shortstop make. Going that far in the hole to make the catch and then getting enough on the throw to make this a bang-bang play at first, where they actually had to look at it in the video room for the Nationals. And I mean that. We're looking at it here in our booth, and that is really close.
The old saying, the tie goes to the runner. That's about as close to a tie as you'll see. Liner to left center, a base hit. Rounding second, going to third, Swanson on a long single by Seiga Suzuki. And the Cubs have runners at first and third with one away, trailing 1-0, and the batter is Cody Bellinger.
That's a little two-seam fastball away, and Seiya, you throw him down and away, he's going to light you up, and he smokes this ball in the gap. Wood cuts this ball off and throws the ball to the shortstop. I'm kind of surprised he did, instead of throwing the ball directly to second base. Cubs with first and third and one out.
Infield back, lefty against lefty. Bellinger takes outside. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies Blue, Wrigley Field Green, or Marquee Red, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Benjamin Moore. Now Bellinger hits a ground ball right side. That's a base hit. A run is in. Rounding second, holding is Suzuki. Ball game tied 1-1. RBI number 71 for Cody Bellinger.
Well, kind of old school hitting by Belly when you have first and third and less than 2 outs, and you got the runner being held at first. You got that big hole on the left side, or on the right side, I should say. And boy, if you can hit a ground ball over there more times than not, it's going through. That's exactly what Belly did to drive in the Cubs' first run.
Isak Paredes, the batter. Pitch on the way to Isak. It's low and outside.
And RBIs by Cubs hitters tonight, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter.
Suzuki, by the way, now with a 10-game hitting streak as he leads at second. Bellinger away from first. Paredes waits, and he drives one foul down the left field line. Paredes in 41 games with the Cubs, hitting .216 with 3 home runs and 21 driven in. Overall, combining his numbers with Tampa and the Cubs, he has 76 runs batted in. Low and inside, almost hit him in the right foot, and it's 2-1. Well, Ron, we're delighted again to have Kerry Pankowski of the Chicago Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
He's the executive director, and they're going to have their 46th running of the marathon on October 13th right here in Chicago, and Kerry's going to talk about it in the third inning tonight with you and me. The 2-1. Fouled away 2-2.
And I wanted to say welcome back. You had a couple days off. Welcome back to the booth.
Ron, thank you. Good to be back. I did listen to you and Zach, hoping for some different outcomes.
Yeah.
But the Cubs just, after that first game where it looked like it might be a real good series, they stumbled a couple of nights, and they're at the point where they just cannot do that.
Right.
And now they are hoping for an absolute miracle. But you never know. And in baseball, you really do never know. Here's a pitch inside. It's highly unlikely. But in baseball, if there's even a possible remote chance of something happening, don't go away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You keep playing. You play it out. That's what you do.
There's a high fly ball to left center, playable for Young. Young lost it and now relocates it and makes the catch. Runners hold at first and second. That's got to be one of the loneliest feelings. It's hit in the air to center. You're in the twilight hour, and about halfway up, Ron, you lose it. You have no idea where the ball is. You just hope that your initial move when you did see it was an accurate assessment of where the ball would end up.
Now, if they drew a line from where he started and followed his route to catching that ball, it only ended up probably 8 to 10 feet from where he started. but he ran 30 feet.
Patrick Wisdom, the batter, he swings and fouls it away. But I've seen that so many times at Wrigley. A guy comes in, holds out the hands as if to say, fellas, anybody here can give me a break? I don't see this ball.
Well, and the part about being in center field where he was, good luck. The closest people are in the bleachers to catching that ball, so you're kind of on an island by yourself.
Wisdom takes high, and it's kind of against the rules for fans to jump on the field and help out in a situation like that.
Yeah, it's usually a good way to not stick around for the rest of the ball game.
Security people do frown on that. Here comes the 1-1 to Patrick Wisdom. And Patrick takes down low for a ball. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
1-1 game, bottom of the first. Wisdom drives one in the air to deep center. Back goes Young with room. On the track now, makes the catch to end the inning. Each team's cleanup batter with an RBI single into right field in the first. We go to the second. Cubs 1, Nationals 1. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All-Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
It's not just about watching the game, it's about betting on it. I'm Mike Valeni, and on Cash the Ticket, Jim Costa and I break down every college football and NFL matchup like it's the last game we're ever going to watch. From the best bets to the sneaky underdogs, and of course, as my co-host likes to say, the value. And the one thing we're not going to do is pretend we're professionals. We have fun with it, it's an entertainment product, and it makes watching games a hell of a lot of fun. So Cash the Ticket, follow it in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the field to the locker room to the airwaves, The Score delivers big-name Bears players all season long.
Monday mornings after the game, get reaction from Bears' #1 wide receiver, DJ Moore at 8 with Mully and Haw.
The first real live action four-quarter football for him. I think he handled it well.
Then at 5, it's star cornerback Jalen Johnson with the afternoon show.
And again, I feel like kind of going back to the hype. Like, they just looked at the Bears as, okay, the Bears are just this super magical team. Like, nah, at the end of the day, we did what a lot of good teams in the offseason did. They went and we added pieces.
And Tuesdays at noon, it's Chicago native and starting linebacker TJ Edwards with Bernstein and Holmes.
Who does the talking on this defense?
Honestly, just characters in general we got on this defense, and it's a great group to be around. I think everyone speaks when it's time. I think the way that we go about our business, we all understand that we're all leaders.
3 big names taking you inside the Bears locker room.
On Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Top 2, Cubs 1, Nationals 1. The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Pat?
Very good, Zach. The bottom of the order for Washington here in the second inning. Juan Yepez, Darren Baker, and Jacob Young. First pitch outside. Yepez hitting .277. Right-handed batting first baseman, slightly open stance. Assad coming back. His pitch is fouled away. Assad overall, Ron, I was thinking about him earlier. He's done a very good job for this team. 7-5. He was injured. He missed some time. But his ERA, a very respectable 3.27. And that's the kind of an ERA that tells you he's kept the team in most of his starts.
Yeah, he has done his job. There's no doubt. I think there were, everybody was wondering who was going to be the last couple guys in rotation in spring training.
Fly ball to left, shallow toward the line, long run. Ian Happ slides, and that ball is out of play. Ian, we were talking about Gold Glove winners a year ago, Swanson and Horner. Ian Happ also has had another fine year defensively in left. But he knows right where he is when he's chasing any ball after all these years in left at Wrigley. And he knew that the wise move would be to slide before you ran full speed into that side wall.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do is be running full speed into that wall. That's not going to work out real well for the player.
2-2 to Yepes. Lifted to right, pretty well hit. Back goes Bellinger with room near the track, makes the catch. One down, game tied at 1 second inning, and here's Darren Baker. Ron, the last time we saw him, it was his big league debut. It was the Sunday afternoon game in Washington. His father, Dusty, and his wife, his parents were there to watch, and I believe it was on the very first pitch he saw.
Yeah, he got a base hit.
Single right up the middle. Darren Baker. Darren takes a strike 0-1, and apparently he has stayed hot. He's hitting .400. He bangs one up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Almost exactly where his first major league hit went. Sharp ground ball between Horner and the second base bag.
Well, if he's anything like his pops, he's going to be a good hitter because his dad could hit. That is for sure. You got to think this is something cool for him. He grew up in this ballpark as a little guy, hanging out with his dad, and now he's playing here at Wrigley Field against the Cubs.
Yeah, he used to go on road trips with us. And he was probably 5 or 6 at that time, 7 maybe. Dusty was there in attendance to see young Darren get his first big league hit. I don't know if Dusty's here tonight.
I do not know that. Did you see him in Washington?
I did.
I saw Dusty.
Yeah,
we absolutely
chatted for a moment or two before getting on the bus. Bouncing ball to second. Horner goes to Swanson. 1 over to first. Not in time. They got the lead man on the 4-6 fielder's choice as Jacob Young bounces into the FC. 2 down, a man at first, and the batter is C.J. Abrams.
This looks like a tailor-made ground ball double play, but, a lot of that is dependent on who hits the ball. And Young, who can really run, ends up flying down the line and beats this relay throw to first by about a half a step.
Let's see if Young is running now with Abrams at the plate. He's got a good lead, and Assad chases him back. Game number 153 for the Cubs. The next 3 games in this series, all day games, beginning at 1:20 tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Toss to first, close play, diving back in safely is Young.
Yeah, that played pretty close. Assad, not really known all that well for his pickoff move, but that was a good one. And a perfect throw right on the bag.
Cubs able to sweep these Nationals in D.C. less than a month ago. This ball is outside. That was their perfect week when they swept the Pirates and swept Washington and were riding high, and then came home and lost a couple of games to the Pirates. And then lost 2 more to the Yankees on that same homestand. Runner goes, throw to second, out at second base. Perfect throw by Amaya. Good tag by Swanson. No argument by Washington. The inning comes to an end. What a throw by Miguel Amaya. No runs on a hit, none left. Middle of inning number 2. Cubs 1, Washington 1. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All-Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
Millions of people have lost weight with personalized plans from Noom, Like Evan, who can't stand salads and still lost 50 pounds.
Salads generally for most people are the easy button, right? For me, that wasn't an option. I never really was a salad guy. That's just not who I am. But Noom worked for me.
Get your personalized plan today at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated to provide their story. In 4 weeks, the typical Noom user can expect to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results may vary.
This Sunday, September 22nd, the Cubs take on the Nationals at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans 21 and older receive a Shota Imanaga Showtime graphic tee presented by Jim Beam. Purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Kerry Pinkowski is here from the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. It's coming up on Sunday, October 13th. Kerry, congratulations again on the success of that amazing event. You must be excited this time of year.
Pat, we're going to be celebrating our 46th year this year, and a record number of 50,000 runners will be starting this year, and great athletes up front, and just looking forward to a great day.
Participants from all 50 states, and here's the thing that knocks me out. Plus, over 100 countries are represented in this marathon.
Absolutely. A lot of our participants, in many cases, it's the first time they're here in Chicago, and what better way to tour the city than the route of the Bank of America Chicago Marathon.
Well, it is absolutely a city event. I mean, and I live right downtown, so we walk the event area and hang out, and not only the participants, as that pitch misses down, but not only the participants, but the fans. I mean, it is just, the city's packed with people cheering on your runners. It's something to see, that's for sure.
You know, one of the unique aspects.
Horner fouls it away.
Unique aspects of the course. It's a great tour of the city for our participants, but it's also very accessible for friends and family members. We have thousands of people that get on the L and go to different parts of the course and then make it back to Grant Park for the finish.
Horner, Crow Armstrong, and Amaya. Amaya with that great throw. In fact, he really put some salsa on that one to throw out the runner. Salsa King of Chicago reminds you that you can put salsa on everything. Available at Jewel Osco and Mariano's. Horner fouls it away. Game tied at 1, bottom of inning number 2. I think one of the most attractive things about the Chicago Marathon, the race runs through 29 different Chicago neighborhoods.
Absolutely. It's a great tour of the city. You get to see some amazing architecture, obviously the lakefront, and just the fabric of our wonderful community.
And the spectators there cheering people on. Horner hits a fly ball to left, routine for Wood, and that's out number 1. Game tied at 1, second inning, and here's Pete Crow Armstrong. But the spectators are there cheering people on throughout the entire course.
Well, Pat, last year we had a record year for our charity team. This year we're going to have over 15,000 of our participants raising money. Last year we raised $31 million for charity race morning. It looks like we're going to exceed that level this year, so we're very, very proud of that aspect of the event.
That's a lot of money.
$31 million for the race.
Yes.
For charity.
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of the charities are Chicago charities that have a local focus, citywide focus, national and international focus.
It says since 2002, more than $322 million has been raised through that charity program. So that's a significant amount of revenue.
It's fantastic. I am humbled by the growth and the support that we've had. And it's just a really wonderful integration between the nonprofits and the event.
Crow Armstrong swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, strike 3, 2 down. 1-1 ball game. Miguel Amaya coming up at the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. That's been a good mix and a good fit for the two of you, hasn't it?
And with the score, we will be broadcasting the event.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
If you can't make it down and get out on the course, or you're not participating, you can listen to live wire-to-wire, award-winning coverage on AM 670 The Score.
And now, did Gerald, the roommate, make you say that?
No. It's part of. I've got it rehearsed. It's part of the talking points for sure. But we got a great team. Josh List from BBM, who you guys know really well, and Jenny Spangler, U.S. Olympian, and got some great people doing some commentary. So it's a great look at the race.
2 down, nobody on. Miguel Amaya
Now, Ron, I know you were out there last year. You coming out again this year? I know it's a little early in the morning.
That's okay. Baseball season's not on. We're getting older. We wake up earlier now.
Exactly.
But I just love the whole idea. We're real close to the route where I live in downtown. So you walk and, early in the morning, the energy in our city, even the night before, you can sense the energy of the race. And as soon as you find an area where the race is going through, it doesn't take much. There's just people everywhere.
Liner caught at first by Yepes. We'll continue with Carey for a minute or two in the next half inning. Cubs do nothing. It's on to inning number 3. Cubs 1, Washington 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every home run and double play is called by Pat and Ron on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All-Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
What is our promise? You have a dream for your life and the drive to make it real. At Aurora University, we'll help you build the knowledge and skills to prepare for a purposeful life and a fulfilling career. When you graduate, you're not just getting a degree, you're continuing on a pathway to a more successful tomorrow. It's your future, it's our promise, and it can only happen at Aurora University. Learn more at aurora.edu.
Family is everything.
And for the past 100 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
But it's only possible because of people like you.
All you have to do is go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
You'll make a difference in our lives every day.
Cubs and Nationals tied at 1, top 3. The third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Pat?
Talking with Carey Pankowski about the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. Deep drive to right center off the bat of Abrams. It is off the wall on one bounce, and he'll stop at second with a leadoff double. It almost looked like that ball was going to bounce up into the basket, but it hit the bottom of the basket and stayed in the field of play. So Abrams is now 2 for 2. And the batter is Dylan Cruz. But Carey, I'm reading here about the number of volunteers. 10,000 generous volunteers line the streets and more than 1 million spectators. But I was going to ask you, what are some of the last minute details that you concern yourself with leading up to the race?
Well, for me, it's a year-round planning cycle, and it's an amazing ecosystem. So partnerships in the city are amazing. The police department, the park district, just about every city agency is involved in some way with the event, and then also our residents, our local businesses. So there's a lot of outreach that goes into that. But for me, it's the final preparations with the city agencies and making sure that everything's in place. So it's one of the great experiences for me because it truly is a citywide team effort.
46th running of the event.
Right.
Did you have any idea it would have this kind of longevity?
It's amazing. People, and Ron talked about this earlier, we have all shapes and sizes from across the country and around the world. They've just discovered Chicago, but it's that block by block experience in Chicago, everything that Chicago's about. I am humbled by the support and the turnout, and it's amazing. But it is really, we don't do it alone. We do it with we've got amazing sponsors with Bank of America and Advocate and Abbott that step up and do some really creative things. But it is about the human spirit. There's people testing themselves through the streets of Chicago.
It is a race, but for most contestants, it's a race for themselves.
Individual challenge.
It's a challenge. That's exactly right. But with that being said, you had something special happen last year.
Sure. We had our 6th world record set last year. Kelvin kept him. Amazing young man. came in and brought the world record back to Chicago.
Cruz hits a deep drive to center, playable for Crow Armstrong, makes the catch. Tagging from second and going to third, Abrams safely. He goes in standing up. And a man at third with one away. Tie game, third inning, the batter, James Wood.
Off the top of your head, you remember what the world record was?
2 hours and 35 seconds.
That's amazing. 26 miles in 2 hours.
We can't drive that fast in traffic here, Pat. Much less right.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing performance. Special young man.
Wow.
Again, it's going to be live on the Score between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. Sunday, October 13th.
And now it wouldn't be right. We're official now, Pat. Gary brought us our Chicago Marathon hats. And now I remember last year, if I'm not mistaken, you got some official Hall of Fame Chicago Marathon shoes last year.
I still have them.
I'm sure you do.
I love those shoes.
Yes,
Thank
that
you
was.
again.
We had our friends at Nike make a pair of our official Chicago Marathon shoe in the Cubs colors and customized with the Hall of Fame patch. So that was special. We're all big fans of yours.
Thank you.
Both
That's
you and
very,
Ron.
very kind of you. I will cherish those shoes forever. Infield in, the 2-1 pitch to James Wood, swing and a miss.
Now, I've been around baseball a long time and have had when you play, you have a shoe contract. I never had a pair of Hall of Fame shoes made for me, though, by any of my shoe companies. I'll tell you that. That was something.
Nice and lightweight. Assad could really use a strikeout right here. The left-handed batting Wood waiting. The 2-2. Fastball inside, 3-2.
Now, Kerry, you got some friends here with you today.
Sure.
That are going to be helping with the event coming up, right?
Yeah, we got Mia from our sponsorship team and Holly that works on our communications team, social media, and Sarah that works on some of our marketing and will be working, helping with our expo at McCormick Place.
3-2 pitch, line to left. Happ is there. Off the glove of a leaping Happ. A run will score. And Wood, the second with a double. That's going to be a double. That's a very tough chance. That ball started to sail on Happ. He made a leaping try, got a glove on it, Ron, but could not hold on. I would have to score that as a double, and it is scored in that manner. 2-1 Washington. Wood gets his 38th run batted in.
Yeah, this ball's hit right on the button, and it's going out to left, and you can tell from what I'm guessing, this ball is knuckling on Ian Happ. It's you know when you throw a knuckleball, ball doesn't spin and it can go anywhere, and I think that's exactly what happened to Ian, and that ball ended up taking off on him and hit him the tip of the glove.
Andres Chaparro fouls one away.
Now, is there any last-second things that people can do coming up to the race that obviously aren't going to run, but can be a part of or sign up or be, get involved in the race at all?
Sure, Ron. If you go to our website, chicagomarathon.com, there's still some opportunities to volunteer.
Yeah,
there's great information about spectator, how to get around the course, and see some of these world-class athletes that we have up front, and just be part of the event.
The 1-1, it's outside. Check swing, it is a strike. Is the course exactly the same year after year after year, or are there slight alterations?
A few slight alterations, but we've used the same basic course for the last 5 years. And one of the things we were talking about world records last year, but we'll be celebrating Steve Jones's first world record. This is, if you can believe it, the 40th anniversary of the first world record in Chicago. So we'll have Steve Jones back in town and reflecting back on that performance.
1-2, ball in the dirt. Running to third safely is Wood. A collision between Wood and Paredes at third. Paredes jammed his left hand a little bit, flexing the fingers there. It's going to be a wild pitch. The ball bounced off the ground and in front of the plate. Amaya then with a low throw. I know what happened. Paredes got spiked.
Yeah, he goes into the bag and he gets his glove taken off by the spikes of Wood. And, that's just one of those things as an infielder. You're trying to catch the ball, get the tag down at the bag, and your hand, the glove, and spikes are all in the baseball are all coming at the same time. And Paredes You got a great big strong guy coming in hard, and he gets spiked in the back of that left hand and wrist area and took his glove right off.
Did you ever have that happen to you?
Absolutely, yep. It does not feel good when you get cleats into the wrist, that's for sure. The worry is to where that happened is that foot comes in and to the point where you can break your wrist.
Sure.
He's getting spiked and the foot's coming in, and he's going full speed, and all of a sudden, you're getting almost like kicked right into the wrist.
2-1 Washington. They've got a man at third now with one away. That's a wild pitch that allowed him to go to third. And now the pitch to Chaparro is high, 3-2. Assad wants a brand new ball. Well, Kerry, we congratulate you again. This is an amazing event. It'll be live on The Score Sunday, October 13th, beginning at 7 in the morning. Bounce to third, runner holds the throw by Paredes in time across the diamond, out number 2. And just best wishes, and I hope everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Absolutely, Ron. Pat, thanks for talking about us, and obviously our partnership with The Score has been amazing, and we're just going to have a great day.
That's great to have you here, and best of luck. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks to your staff back there, too. 2 down, a man at third. Chaparro bouncing out. Jose Tena, the batter. And Tena, a left-handed hitter, will swing and foul it back.
What a great event, huh?
And
My goodness.
well organized,
Yeah.
and you can tell Kerry has great passion for it, and they work very hard to make that happen. Here's a base hit into left center. A run will score. Tena with the RBI single. And Washington now leads by a score of 3-1.
I'll tell you, I had never been to a marathon, and the season ended, and I was walking the streets knowing that it was going on, living downtown, and it was eye-opening. It was unbelievable, the support and the energy. When we play baseball, you get 40,000 people come here, and there's an energy at Wrigley Field that you feel. That's what it's like at the marathon all around the course. It's really impressive. And if you've never been to a marathon, I would strongly suggest going and volunteering or just cheering on the runners.
Yeah, my youngest daughter, Amber, participated many years ago. And she ran the race and just kept on running. I haven't seen her since.
You might want to send her the Nikes that he gave you. She may need some new shoes by now.
Here's the 1-1. No, she had a good time, and she was very proud to have finished the event.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
26
miles.
You see all kinds of different things when people finish, because it's a challenge. It's a personal challenge to finish that race. And it's very, very cool when you see people do that.
3-1 Washington, 2 runs here in the inning. Fastball missing to Cabert Ruiz. Assad has surrendered 2 doubles and a single here in the inning, and 2 runs. Running at first, Tena, he gets the stolen base. That seems to be part of their game plan, Ron. That's already 3 steals in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, this is a very young and very athletic team. And, you said their percentage isn't great for stealing bases as a team. Not quite what you wanted, but at the end of the day, they are going to run. And they are going to make you throw them out, and they're going to steal second. They're going to steal third.
Ruiz fouls it back.
And there's something to be said about young guys and cutting them loose on the game itself and letting them play. They're not in the race right now. So if you're going to try to see what a guy can do, this is the time to do all of those things.
I'm glad to see the stolen base come back into the game. I missed it when it was gone. The 3-2 on the way. Bouncing ball right side, fielded by Wisdom. Unassisted play ends the inning. Washington scores twice on 3 hits. They leave 1, middle of inning number 3. Nationals 3, Cubs 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
This sort of thing.
The sound of Bourbon City. Plan yourself at GoToLouisville.com.
What is our promise? At Aurora University, we know you want to have a positive impact on the world. Here, you will get an exceptional education that will help you prepare for a purposeful life and a fulfilling career. When you graduate, you're not just getting a degree, you're continuing on a pathway to a more successful tomorrow. It's your future, it's our promise. And it can only happen at Aurora University. Learn more at aurora.edu.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
Ian Happ is on deck. Who's on Deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Pat?
Joey Gallo has come in to play right field for Washington. Ian Happ batting right-handed. Grounded out his first time. Patrick Corbin's curveball low and inside, ball one. So Cruz goes over to center. Young has left the game. Jacob Young, no word on why he left. Washington managed by former Cub Dave Martinez. We saw Dave in Washington a couple of weeks ago. Always good to catch up with him. Very outgoing and friendly man. Mike Rizzo is here tonight also, the general manager. Line drive, base hit to left. Solid single by Happ. Corbin run has some interesting numbers. He's not really an overly effective pitcher these days. When you look at his season record, he's 6-13. His ERA for the year 5.45. He's leading the National League in losses for the fourth consecutive year. But on the other side, he is making his 30th start. Here's a ground ball to short, scooped up by Abrams, go to Baker, one over to first, not in time. Happ is out on the fielder's choice. Darren Baker showed a quick pair of hands turning it, but the throw was too late at first.
But to your point about Corbin, right? You start looking at innings pitched and how many starts he's had.
30 starts in each of the last 4 seasons, so he's not a quitter, and he'll still take the ball for you, and there's something to be said for that. Swanson at first, one away, Seiya Suzuki, the batter. And like most big league ball players, Ron, he's capable of having good stretches, whether you're an everyday player or a pitcher. And he's in one of those good streaks right now, winning 4 of his last 5 starts.
So how about this? He has had 30 or more starts in his last 7 seasons outside of the COVID year. How about that?
Not many guys can make that claim.
No one can.
Like I said, nobody can make that claim.
It is a pretty incredible number. There's no doubt.
Seiya checks and takes inside. It is a swing. Almost looked like he was trying more to get out of the way than swing at the pitch.
Yeah, it's that inside pitch, ties him up, and then his front foot moves and slides a little bit. And because of that, then the barrel keeps going.
It is a strike. Seiya now with a 10-game hitting streak takes outside. Cubs played one of their best series of the year in Washington 3 weekends ago. For one thing, the Cubs scored a ton of runs, 26 runs in the 3 games. That's an average of almost 9 per game. Cubs had good pitching. They took advantage of some shaky defense by Washington, as I recall.
Yeah, but the Cubs put a lot of pressure on their defense. They swung the bats very well.
The tall left-hander Corbin delivers. Swanson runs. The pitch fouled away by Suzuki.
And double plays tonight, turned by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
We thank Kerry Pinkowski for dropping by. Nice man. He was quite a long-distance runner himself back in his younger day.
Great guy. Always great to have Kerry here in the booth before the marathon.
Outside to Suzuki, 3-2. Nice crowd. Great bleacher crowd tonight. Good lower deck audience. Pretty good upper deck.
And look at the rooftops, too. Absolutely packed. I mean, the whole ballpark is filled up. Beautiful night tonight.
3-2 pitch instead of toss to first. Wind really blowing toward left. I'm curious to see how much a ball would carry if you hit it well in the air to left. Right about now.
Still 76 degrees here. And the wind has been blowing anywhere from 8 to 15 miles an hour. So the ball will carry to left if you hit it.
Suzuki drives one in the air. There it is. Deep left center. Get out the tape measure. Long gone. I should have called for that much sooner.
Yeah. I don't think that one needed the 15-mile-an-hour wind. Suzuki hammers this ball. And it goes 2/3 of the way up the bleachers in the middle of that video board in left center field, and a long, long home run for Seiya.
That's one of his longest, I would say. His 21st. He has 70 runs batted in. And the ball game is back to even, tied 3-3. And Bellinger will take a strike. Yeah, that was 2/3 of the way up, right under the scoreboard. The video board out in left center, gone by plenty. Bellinger fouls one back. Coming back is Ruiz. The catcher with a play makes the catch. Bellinger fouls out to the catcher, and the batter now is Isaac Paredes.
Well, you expect the wind, when we get these warm nights in September, you expect the wind to be blowing out. It has not been the case in the first 3 games of the homestand. The wind was blowing in, but tonight now, and it's starting to pick up even more and blowing out to left field.
Paredes takes low, another hefty home run. Sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty, strong all day long. The RBI, as a reminder, those are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Suzuki up to 21 homers, 70 runs batted in. Two in, 2 down, nobody on. There's a strike to Paredes. Isak retired on a fly ball to center his first time. Corbin comes back 1-2, misses low and inside. Cubs 7 games back with 10 to play. So they really cannot afford to lose any games. These are must wins if you hope to have any possible chance. And you're going to need a lot of help from other teams as well, because you're going to need teams like the Mets and the Braves and possibly even Arizona to lose the great majority of their games.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Swinging a foul at the plate.
We got a piece of Ruiz behind home plate.
Ruiz in some pain. He walks halfway over to the Washington dugout as we watch it again. Ouch. I think of the word Tim McCarver used. We were talking about catching, and he caught in parts of 4 decades. He started in 1959 and was still playing big league ball in 1980. So he was an expert on this subject. He said, the catching position is hideous. The abuse that your body has to take is hideous. And we just saw evidence of that.
Yeah, there's
hideousness right there.
Yeah, there's nothing good about that at all. And it's just going to take a while before Ruiz can be able to keep going. Starting to smile now. It's always about 3 or 4 minutes before you get okay. I catch my breath and get back to being able to do my job again.
Dave Martinez, the manager, wearing a bright red jacket as he walks back into the first base dugout.
I've not seen Davey yet this series. We will get down there to see him. And Jimmy Hickey, Henry Blanco also.
Sure.
One of the guys that was here with the Cubs. Jimmy Hickey and I from the same neighborhood in Chicago, Pat.
3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. But the homer by Suzuki gets the Cubs even. We go to inning number 4, Cubs 3, Washington 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All-Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
Desde que nací me he roto 100 huesos y he tenido 19 cirugías. Los hospitales Shriners para niños me han acompañado en cada paso del camino.
Apoya a niños como Sebastián, uniéndote a la familia de Shriners Children's. Juntos ayudaremos a mejorar la vida de niños y las familias en tu comunidad y alrededor del mundo. Todo esto sin importar la capacidad de pago de las familias. Dona hoy en amorshriners.org.
¡Gracias!
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you are good to go. The Mets on top of the Phillies 9-3. They're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Pete Alonso with his 34th home run. Francisco Alvarez and Brandon Nimmo have also gone deep for New York. Meantime, the Diamondbacks lead the Brewers 3-0. They are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ketel Marte with an RBI single. And the story of the day, Shohei Ohtani. He finished with 6 hits, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs today, and becomes the first member of the 50-50 club as the Dodgers crushed the Marlins 20-4. Ohtani had 2 stolen bases today to go along with his 3 home runs. So Pat has got 51 homers, 51 stolen bases, hitting .294, and he's also knocked in 120 runs.
Hey, what a show for Shohei. 2 strikes on Juan Yepes. First pitch. Next pitch, a little bit low and outside, 1-2.
Now, you said, what a show for Shohei?
Hey, what a show.
Oh.
Shohei. Fly ball to right, on the run, Bellinger. Hey, what a catch by Cody. And that's out number 1. Game tied at 3. Here's Darren Baker.
Top of your game tonight, partner.
The lights have taken full effect. Still breezy, wind blowing toward left and left center. And here is Dusty's son, Darren Baker. Darren has only had 6 big league at-bats, but he's made the most of them, Ron. He's 3 for 6.
Yeah, he's done okay. He had a very nice year in AAA this year. Hit 285 and just over 400 and so at-bats in AAA. So Pops taught him well how to swing that bat. Much different hitter than Dusty. Dusty's a big power hitting guy, left fielder, and Darren playing second base and more of an average hitter, and not a lot of pop yet.
He's going to steal some bags.
Yes, he will.
Here's
Very
the
good player.
1-2. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Paredes from his knees, throws off the glove of Wisdom, and safe at first is Darren Baker. Paredes from his knees tried to make that throw across the diamond. It sailed on him. Wisdom reached up, got a glove on the ball, but could not hold on. I would say that's going to be an infield hit.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where, as a first baseman, you're told you have to go get the ball first. And that's Patrick was trying to do a little of both. Keep his foot on the bag and stretch out as much as he could. Just it hit the tip of his glove, couldn't get to it. And I do believe it'll be a base hit.
It is. The runner goes. The pitch bounced to Wisdom. Gloves it, steps on the bag. Joey Gallo hits the first pitch on the ground. He's out number 2. But Baker, who had a good jump, is safe at second on the play.
Yeah, Baker off and running, as you're saying. He's going to be a base stealer. Didn't take long. He was off and running in the first pitch.
Here is C.J. Abrams, singled in the first, doubled in the third. Game tied at 3, 4th inning. Curveball is low and inside for a ball. Get some pitching matchups for you for the balance of the series. Tomorrow, former Cub Trevor Williams against Jamison Tyone. A couple of former Pirates. I would think they might have been teammates for a while in Pittsburgh. C.J. Abrams waiting. The pitch down low for a ball. Saturday's matchup, again, the next 3 days, all at 1:20 in the afternoon. Saturday, Mackenzie Gore against Kyle Hendricks. And then Sunday, Jake Irvin opposing Shota Imanaga. There's a strike, 2-1.
And a 4th inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking.
Cubs will then be on the road, 3 games in Philadelphia next week, and then finish the season here at Wrigley against Cincinnati. Season ending on September the 29th.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Baker leads at second, 2 down, a 3-3 tie. And the pitch to Abrams is just a little bit low. 3-2.
The last pitch borderline down. That could have been called, just missed.
The ivy still green on the outfield walls. In a few days now, it's going to start turning lighter green and then eventually into yellow and brown. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout by Assad. He fans Abrams. The Nationals leave a man in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs 3, Washington 3. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, ahorren en grande en marcas reconocidas en los Pro Savings Days de Lowe's. Ahorra $40 en pinturas selectas Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense y tintes selectos Valspar de 5 galones. Además, ahorra $20 en cubetas de 5 galones All Purpose Primer de HGTV Home de Sherwin-Williams. Aprovecha estas ofertas en tiendas o en línea por tiempo limitado, porque Lowe's sabe de ahorros. Lowe's sabe de Pros. Oferta válida hasta el 9/27. Detalles en tiendas o en Lowe's.com.
You can give it a little swirl. Already anticipating.
The sounds of Bourbon City. Plan yourself at GoToLouisville.com.
Desde que nací me he roto 100 huesos y he tenido 19 cirugías. Los hospitales Shriners para niños me han acompañado en cada paso del camino.
Apoya a niños como Sebastián, uniéndote a la familia de Shriners Children's. Juntos ayudaremos a mejorar la vida de niños y las familias en tu comunidad y alrededor del mundo. Todo esto sin importar la capacidad de pago de las familias. Dona hoy en amorshriners.org.
¡Gracias!
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
League Leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals leading the majors in batting average, hitting at .331. Aaron Judge, 53 home runs to lead the big leagues. He's also the RBI leader with 136. Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, 64 stolen bases to lead the majors. The triples leader, Corbin Carroll, with 14. And the doubles leader is Jarren Duran of the Red Sox with 45. Pat?
Very good, Zach. Thank you for those updates. Patrick Wisdom first up, Cubs fourth inning. Ball game tied at 3. Cubs scoring a Cody Bellinger first inning RBI single and a third inning 2-run home run by Seiya Suzuki. Washington got a run in the first. Chaparro with an RBI single. In the third, they had a run-scoring double from Wood and a run-scoring base hit by Tena. 3-3 game. Wisdom swings and misses. Strike 3, and that's out number 1. One away. Cubs baseball brought to you by Grainger. The Cubs get ready for game day with Grainger. You can call, click Grainger.com, or stop by for the product your team needs. Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Nico Horner looks at a ball away, ball 1. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. And the 1-0 to Nico is down low, 2-0. I'll go ahead and get the guesses started. Right. I'll say we've got 34,543.
Okay.
3-4-5-4-3. Here comes the 2-0. Nico bounces one slowly to third. Tough play. That's going to be a base hit. No chance for Tena. Infield single for Horner. Cubs have a man on in this tie game with one away, the batter Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now let's see if the Cubs do the same thing the Nationals have done, and that's get guys moving. Nico, very good base stealer. And Ruiz behind home plate has had some issues throwing the baseball. A lot of it has to do with, and just being injured. He got a pitch in his throwing hand and broke his finger.
Crow Armstrong swings at a curve, doesn't get it. Shallow at third is Tena. This is always a good lesson for a young hitter to face a veteran like Patrick Corbin. And the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. You may or may not have success, but you will learn things.
Yeah. Well, once Corbin threw the first breaking ball down and away and he swung, he's not going to throw him another strike until he takes a pitch out of the zone. I would be shocked if he gets anything in the zone in this at bat now.
Here's a bunt attempt on 0-2, and it's missed for strike 3. Now, I didn't expect that to be the way that plate appearance ended. How about you?
No, I wasn't either. And that, Pete did that in the last series on a 1-2 pitch, and he just bunted one towards the third baseman and just bunted it fair, got a base hit. But I don't think that's going to be something that the Cubs want as his strategy as a hitter.
Miguel Amaya checks in. Miguel lined out to first his first time. You got the number 9 hitter up there, a guy that likes to run, Horner at first. Nico running, and they've got him picked off to throw to second base, and he's out at second on the pickoff. 1, 3, 4. Nico's saying, maybe I got in there safely. Craig Counsell holding up the hand, palm out, and saying, let's go ahead and take another look. Nico thought he got in there. I don't know if Craig would have challenged it without Nico's prompting.
Well, it didn't look like
challenging the out call at second base.
It did not look like it was going to be that close. The ball beat him, and it just must have been Nico realizing that, and we have not seen a replay yet, a missed tag at second, where he goes in and then pulls the left hand back and just goes in with the right hand. Wow, yeah. To me, it's one of those plays as an infielder, Pat, and this is something for young people to learn. When you're a guy getting to throw to you and you're going to tag, you've got to get down in there, and I mean dive right down with your nose and get right down into that tag. If you just try to reach down there, Nico's going to be safe at second base.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that because he pulled the left hand back. He went in with the right hand, and, Abrams did not get down into that tag, and he's going to be safe.
On the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Chicago will retain their talent.
Excellent job by Nico on the slide and the video crew letting Craig Counsell know that they should challenge that call. So safe at second. Let's see if that turns out to be a key play. Amaya with a count of 1-0. Let's see if you give Nico a stolen base on that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you do.
Ground ball to second. Baker will pick it up and throw to first to end the inning. Cubs don't score, leave 1. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. At the end of 4, Cubs 3, Washington 3. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows that for pros, time is money. And that's why with the Lowe's app, we've made saving time easy. You can authorize crew members to make purchases at Lowe's stores on your behalf. They can pay quickly by scanning a QR code for a simple checkout every time. Now that's what we call saving time in store with the Lowe's app. So you have more time to get the job done because Lowe's knows pros.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sometimes in football, you need just a little more for that first down. You need to be pushing the pile. And on our new podcast, we'll give you that extra effort.
I'm Mike Renner, a longtime NFL analyst who helped develop player evaluation systems that every NFL team uses to this day.
And I'm Kyle Long, former all-pro offensive lineman in the NFL who knows a thing or two about getting people moving.
You'll get expertise from inside the trenches and behind the tape for 4 episodes every week. So make sure you download and subscribe to the Pushing the Pile podcast on the Odyssey app.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. Dylan Cruz at the plate to lead off the top half of the fifth inning for Washington, and he takes a cutter low and outside for ball one. 3-3 game, Cubs and Nats, opener of a 4-game set. Javier Assad deals, and the next pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Cruz 0 for 2, caught looking and a fly out to center. Assad with the high leg kick and pitch. A one-hopper fielded on a high hop by Paredes. His throw to first in time for out number one. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs and all of Chicago's teams. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
James Wood at the plate, and he looks at a ball low on a check swing on appeal. What's the call? They say he did offer, so strike one on Wood. The Nationals left fielder has reached base twice tonight. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's outside 1-1. Wood walked in the first and then hit an RBI double in the third and scored a run. Now the 1-1 delivery by Assad. In there for strike 1-2. Cubs 3, Nationals 3 with one down here in the top of the fifth. Wood hitting at .267 on the year now. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Assad. Shakes off Amaya. Once again, does the same thing. And now he finally agrees. Here's the pitch. High and outside, 2-2. The pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. Speaking of games, we've got to continue playing the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Here's the 2-2. Called strike three. Wood frozen with a cutter. 2 away.
The backdoor cut fastball hits the outside corner. Excellent pitch. Wood gave up on that pitch early, and Chip Gibson rings him up.
Strikeout number 5 on the night for Assad. Here's the cleanup man, Andres Chaparro. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. So Pat made his guess in the attendance game, 34,543. Whom do you want to go next?
No, but you do.
All right, I'm going to go 27,500. There you go.
27.5?
Yep. Chaparro hits a high fly ball to right center field. Playable for Bellinger, who makes the catch for out number 3.
You were just being nice, weren't you?
Yeah. Nats go down in order here in the top of the fifth. I can't wait for your guest in the last of the fifth.
32,000.
Oh, there we go. We don't even have to wait. We'll get Paul's guess when we come back. Middle 5, 3-3 game. Cubs and Nats on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Justin Steele. Listen to every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Desde que nací me he roto 100 huesos y he tenido 19 cirugías. Los hospitales Shriners para niños me han acompañado en cada paso del camino.
Apoya a niños como Sebastián, uniéndote a la familia de Shriners Children's. Juntos ayudaremos a mejorar la vida de niños y las familias en tu comunidad y alrededor del mundo. Todo esto sin importar la capacidad de pago de las familias. Dona hoy en amorshriners.org.
¡Gracias!
The power of sanctuary. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus delivers a sanctuary for the senses. A 48-inch panoramic dashboard display for your eyes. An all-new Lincoln Digital Scent feature for your nose. Google Assistant or Alexa for your sense of connection. And for your sense of savings, How about $7,000 off the new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Reserve? That's the power of Sanctuary. Only at Joe Rizzo Lincoln of Orland Park. Or shop online at joerizzolincolnoforlandpark.com.
Ian Happ leads off the last of the fifth for the Cubs. A 3-3 game against the Nationals. The opener of a 4-game set. Patrick Corbin, left-handed pitcher, deals, and Happ swings and misses. And a slider for strike one. We're in the Potawatomi Casino Hotel fifth inning. Light up your senses. Happ's 1 for 2 today with a single. Here's the pitch. He fouls one away off the netting to the right. In the hole, 0-2. I'm looking out way beyond the right field corner. It's a full moon night here at Wrigley Field.
I think we just had a wedding proposal in between innings. Fans are going crazy down behind the Cubs dugout.
I'm guessing that meant someone said yes, right?
I sure hope so. There are a lot of family members that didn't want that to happen.
Now the pitch to Happ. He swings and fouls it away off to the right, out of play.
It's always alarming when you're sitting up in the booth and something where like 25,000 people start cheering and there's nothing going on the field. And I'm like, what do we miss? Something's going on. And
You've got those eagle eyes. Here's the 1-2. Chopped on the right side, fielded by the first baseman, Yepes, and his throw to the pitcher covering the back, not in time, as Happ beats out Corbin to first for an infield single.
Great hustle by Ian. He just chops this ball at home plate, and it gets over the pitcher's head. And Corbin running. He gets off the mound in pretty good shape. This throw is a little bit behind him, and it's a tough throw for the first baseman. Throwing to a left-hander, because the left-hander's got to come back to catch that ball, and with the good speed of Ian Happ, he beats it out.
All right, so Happ now at first. He represents the go-ahead run. No one out. Last of the fifth. Dansby Swanson at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. And the first pitch foul back out of play by Swanson. 0-1. Cubs have some activity in their bullpen. Right-hander Sean Armstrong has begun throwing. Game has been tied since the third inning.
Yasad at 91 pitches in the game. He has thrown a lot of pitches through the first 5 innings.
Happ has a Steelers lead off the first base bag. Swanson waits for the 0-1. Here it comes. That's low and outside. 1-1 the count. Seiya Suzuki crunched a 2-run home run to tie up the game in the bottom of the third inning. And we've been knotted up at 3 ever since. For Seiya, home run number 21, a new career high. A bomb to left center, 425 feet. Here's the 1-1. Swanson takes a ball low and inside. 2-1. We're coming to you live all season long for the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Corbin along set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Should say strike 2, excuse me. My mistake. A slider in the dirt. 2-2.
Wind still blowing hard out to right, or out to left field, from right to left.
Dansby calls time. Steps out of the box, just stares at his bat. And now Dansby will dig in. Hits out of a crouch, deep in the box, on the right side, uses a slight toe tap. Haps at first, no one out. Now the 2-2. Dansby launches one, a line drive in a left center field. Happ stops at second base. And now the Cubs have something cooking. Men at first and second with no one out. And the heart of the lineup, 2 up, starting with Seiya Suzuki.
Well, Dansby gets this pitch up and out over the plate. And he smokes this ball in the left field. Wood does a pretty good job of getting to this ball in the gap and cutting it off, at least stopping Ian from going first to third.
So now Seiya Suzuki stands in with men at first and second, and the first pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Seiya's 2 for 2 today, a single in the first, and that 2-run shot in the third. He's running a 10-game hitting streak now after that single in the first inning. The pitch. Way inside and low. 1-1 the count as Corbin misses with a slider. Fans in Illinois can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. Haps at second, Swanson at first, no one out, bottom 5. 3-3 game, Cubs and Nationals. Corbin, the left-hander, sets at the belt, looks at second, and deals. Outside, 2-1.
And all opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Corbin leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Ruiz, straightens up, looks at second, the pitch. That's low and inside, check swing. Did he go? On appeal, no, says Adrian Johnson, the crew chief at first. The count now 3-1 with Seiya at the plate. Seiya calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his white batting gloves. By the way, we do have an attendance guest from the maestro, Paul Zarang. 29,222, the guests from our talented engineers. So the guesses are in the Penny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Now the 3-1. That's in the dirt for ball 4. And now the bases are loaded as Seiya draws a walk.
Now a couple hits and now a walk here in this inning. And Cubs with the bases loaded, nobody out. There is someone warming up in the bullpen for Washington. We cannot see who that is as of right now. Looking down at the dugout of Washington, Jim Hickey and Davey Martinez, 2 ex-Cub coaches and player, talking it over right about now.
So Cody Bellinger stands in. Cubs have the bases loaded, no one out here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-3 game. Corbin deals. And Bellinger looks at a ball low and outside. 1-0 the count as Corbin missed with a slider. Walks by opposing pitchers are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. Bellinger waits. Here comes the 1-0. Tap foul off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike the count.
You even make this when you read it.
Is that
That's
me?
impressive. What do you mean? Is that you?
I don't have that kind of talent.
Don't sell yourself short.
Ian Haps at third. Dansby Swanson at second. And Suzuki at first. The pitch. Low and outside to Bellinger. It's a 2-1 count. Cubs are right in the heart of their lineup. Sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book a low fare today at southwest.com. 3-3 game. Cubs and Nationals. There's a big spot here with the bases loaded. The pitch. Bellinger swings and misses at a slider off the outside. 2-2.
Corbin has had Belly just a little out in front tonight. And I think Belly's just not quite picking up the breaking ball as well as he'd like. He knows it's coming. It's just a little out in front.
The 2-2. Bellinger cracks it foul on the ground off to the right. They'll do it again.
And once again, same thing. That was a pitch inside breaking ball. And Belly hooked that ball right at the dugout of Washington. And some nights it's just hard when you see the ball coming to just stay back long enough to where you can stay to the middle of the diamond.
The 2-2. Slow moving bouncer up the first baseline. Fielded by Yepes. He tags Bellinger coming in to score. Happ. And the Cubs take the lead on the ground out by Belly. 4-3 Cubs over the Nationals. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swanson advances to third. Suzuki to second.
Well, it's just a little tapper just up the first base line. And, you know, the question was it going to stay fair or foul? It stays fair enough to where Yepes comes in and fields this ball. Belly frustrated with himself, I know, but at least he drives in that run.
And now Dave Martinez making a walk out to the mound, and the Nationals manager is going to make a pitching change. That's it for Patrick Corbin. He's going to leave the game. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Just one away, Cubs have the lead, 4-3 over the Nationals here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and they're still threatening with men at second and third, and Isaac Paredes due up. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Smartwool makes merino wool socks and apparel designed to keep you comfortable, so you can do all the things you love outside all day long. Smartwool. Go far, feel good.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The new man on the mound for Washington is right-hander Derek Law, who's 7-4 in 70 games this season with a 2.80 ERA. Cubs have already scored once here in this bottom of the fifth inning to take the lead, as Ian Happ scored on a ground out by Cody Bellinger. Cubs 4, Nationals 3, but the Cubs still threatening. They've got men at second and third with just one away, and Isaac Paredes due up. Anytime a Cub is safe at the plate, it's sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger. So Paredes will dig in with 2 on and 1 out. Isaac is 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out and a strikeout. Right-handed batter, open stance, hits out of a crouch. Infield in for the Nationals, and the pitch. That's up high, 1-0.
Derek Law coming into the ball game in a tough situation, second and third. 1 out here, team down by 1. See if Paredes can stay to the middle of the field against Law and drive in at least 1, a single drive in 2.
Paredes takes a strike, 1-1, a cutter from Law. Swanson's at third, Suzuki at second, so good speed on the bases for the Cubs. Nationals again with the infield in, just 1 away. Paredes at the plate, waits for the 1-1. Law sets, kicks, and fires. That's outside, 2-1. Wind blowing from right to left at the moment here at the friendly confines. Michael Busch on deck. Here's the 2-1. That's low and outside. 3-1 the count now with Paredes at the plate. Man at second and third, just 1 away. And the 3-1. That's a called strike. Another cutter from Law.
Yeah, pitch right at the top of the zone.
So Paredes digs in with a full count. Swanson at third, Suzuki at second. And the pitch. And a fly ball hit to right. Drifting back, Gallo makes the catch, angling toward the line. Tagging and coming home, Swanson. The throw, offline, sliding in safely, Swanson. Cubs add on to their lead. 5-3 now over the Nationals on the sacrifice fly to right by Isaac Paredes. Advancing to third on the throw is Suzuki.
Well, Cubs put up 2 spot here in this fifth inning. Good at bat for Paredes after running the count to 3-2. He gets another high fastball and just shoots it the other way. So good situational hitting for the Cubs and Paredes to at least drive in 1.
And now Michael Busch, a left-handed hitter, will pinch hit for Patrick Wisdom with Law, the right-hander, on the mound. The pitch Tap foul off to the right, 0-1. Suzuki at third, 2 away. Bottom 5, Cubs have scored twice. They've got a 5-3 lead over the Nationals here in the opener of this 4-game set. The 0-1. Bush hits it on the ground, foul off to the right. In the hole, 0-2. Bush 1 for 10 as a pinch hitter in his career. Powerful left-handed batter hits out of a crouch. Here's the 0-2. A fly ball hit to left center field. Racing in and making the catch is Cruz for out number 3. Suzuki stranded at third, but the Cubs take the lead, scoring twice here in the 5th inning. They lead the Nationals 5-3 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, save big on top brands during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save $40 on select 5-gallon Valspar paint, like Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, or Valspar Stain. Plus, save $20 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Shop these limited-time deals and more in-store or online. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 10/27. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones, and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way.
Help children like Sebastian by joining the Shriners Children's family. When you donate, you will help provide the most amazing care to children in your community and around the world, regardless of the family's ability to pay. Show your support and give at loveshriners.org today.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Today's Woodman's home run hitting contestant is Aria Baltus from Deerfield, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $650. If a Northsider hits a home run this inning, you can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Aria. Today's Woodman's home run hitting contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Jose Tena will lead off against a new Cubs pitcher. Right-hander Sean Armstrong is now on the mound. Michael Bush takes over at first base. Cubs now lead 5-3. Here's a base hit to left by Jose Tena. His second hit of the game. Each team now with 8 hits. Cubs leading 5-3. The batter is Keibert Ruiz.
Line drive bullet to left.
Thanks to that 2-run rally in the 5th inning. Assad is the pitcher of record on the positive side, so he can get a win tonight if the bullpen can hang on to this lead for the rest of the game. Ruiz hits a ground ball, backhanded by Horner, goes to second one. Swanson to first. Double play. What a play. Nico going up the middle, backhanded the ball, shoveled it, kind of a little sidearm half toss to second. Swanson had to avoid the sliding Tena and throw to first. And nicely done by both men. What a double play.
Well, it really didn't get much prettier than that as Nico goes hard up the middle backhand and then kind of one of them basketball pass underneath the arm to Dansby. And Dansby gets it. And, he's a little out of sorts too at second and just kind of throws a sidearm flip. And they get Ruiz by half a step. What a play.
Juan Yepes, the batter. It's one of those plays where they both knew each other. They knew where to be and what type of a throw to make. And Dansby didn't seem surprised by the throw. He just took it in stride. Beautiful. That's part of the joy of watching guys play together for a few years.
Yeah.
In this case, now I guess this would be 2 full years together.
Mm-hmm.
But you really get that synchronicity, or synchronization, I guess would be a better word. Here's the 1-1. Low and outside for a ball, 2-1. It's a real thing,
Yeah.
I believe.
I would agree. I think there's music written about that too. I think they agree too.
2-1 on Yepes. A swing and a miss.
Right, I think Sting would agree with you, right? Isn't that his
Synchronicity.
song?
That's exactly right. What were some of the songs on that album? I bet Paul Zarang would know, or Zach Zaidman.
You know, Paul would know, but Paul pulled an Elvis on us this inning, and he's left the building.
Maybe Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
Yeah, there
would
you
that
go.
have been on there?
Mm-hmm.
Walking in your footsteps, right?
Whose footsteps, Zach? There's a swing and a chopper, foul toward third. Don't stand so close to me.
Well, you had that album, didn't you?
I'm not sure if either of those songs were on Synchronicity. I just was a Sting fan. Still am.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Great songwriter.
Every breath you take.
Now the 2-2.
Sounds like Zach's got the Google machine cranked up good and hot right now.
That was one of my first albums. When I was a little youngster.
What else you got on there, Zach? I love that music. Here's the 3-2. And what is Sting's real first name? Swinging a foul back. I know I'm making you work extra heavy here, but did you realize Sting sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" one night?
Did he?
He
I
sure
did
did.
not know that. Yeah.
He sure did.
You mean he has a real
Was it
name?
a stinging rendition?
Is it Gordon something? Gordon McKenzie? No, that doesn't
I just
sound
thought
right.
his parents' name was Sting.
Line to right, Mr. and Mrs. Ralph Sting. Here is a base hit to right. Juan Yepes.
Gordon Matthew Thomas Summer, a.k.a. Sting.
Sumner or Summer?
Summer. Sumner. Sumner.
Gordon Summer. He's done all right for himself, I would say. Darren Baker, the batter, with 2 outs and a man at first. Yepes singling. We try to weave as much play-by-play inside of these stories as we can.
Yep.
And the 1-0 to Darren Baker. And he'll take a strike. Darren 2 for 2. Single to center. Had an infield hit a second time. And now the 1-1 from Sean Armstrong. There's a line drive. Fair. He's 3 for 3 down the left field line. Yepes going to third. There might be a play on him to throw the tag. Not in time. It's a double for Darren Baker. The play is right in front of the runner, Yepes. He thought he could make it, and he could. So now they've got the tying run in scoring position as a result of that aggressive base running, Ron.
Yeah, Baker with his third hit of the ball game, and he just inside outs this ball and just keeps it fair inside that chalk line going down the left field line. Yeah, it's good at bats for Baker in this ball game.
Craig Counsell's going to make a pitching change. Boy, that double play really looks big now. As Armstrong will leave, Cubs on top 5-3. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. They'll be right back. Cubs lead 5-3 in the 6th inning on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Illinois football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. Let me explain. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game, and if you're right, you win. But if your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for the terms. 21 and older only. Illinois only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or by texting ILGAMB to 53342 in partnership with Paradise Hotel Casino.
Step up to the plate with Xfinity Internet. Get the fastest speeds and low-lag streaming for an incredible viewing experience that knocks it out of the park. And you'll have a consistent connection with reduced buffering and freezing, so you can stay in all the action inning after inning. When it's game time, make sure to catch it all with internet that's powerful and reliable. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity, because it's only live once. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Many factors affect speed. For factors affecting speed, visit Xfinity.com/network management.
Just going to let Sting and the police kind of marinate there in the background as we get set to resume the top half of the sixth inning here at Wrigley Field, with the Cubs leading the Nationals 5-3. And a reminder that double plays turned by the Cubs are sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Cubs had a big double play earlier in this frame, Pat.
Right you are, Zach, as Drew Smiley comes in, facing the left-handed batting Joey Gallo. So the tying run at second, 2 down, sixth inning. Lefty to lefty, veteran to veteran. The pitch to Gallo. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Gallo does not get cheated on his cuts. He is up there with one thing in mind, and that is to launch one as far as he can.
Well, that has always been the case.
Swing and a foul back. 0-2.
He can hit some tape measure home runs.
I've seen him. I know you have too.
Yeah.
Oh, 0-2 on Gallo. Now the strike two pitch by the long-legged left-hander Smiley. Lifted foul off to the left, out of play. I don't think Drew wanted that pitch where it ended up. It was in a very hittable area on 0-2.
Yeah, too good a pitch for 0-2. Double plays tonight turned by the Cubs, and we just had one this inning. They're sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today at Nissan.
And now they go 2 on the way. Inside and a little bit high, 1-2. Pirates are leading the Cardinals 3-2. And the stretch for the 1-2. Here it comes. Fouled away. I'm looking at the scoreboard out in center field. Pittsburgh got a run in the 8th inning. And then there's no report on what St. Louis did in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Pirates have not scored in the 9th. So the bottom of the 8th is an absolute mystery. Here's
Speaking
the 1-2.
of mysteries.
He's swinging a pop-up foul and coming back out of play. As I was concentrating on that rather uninteresting story.
Well, I was so locked in on your story. Go ahead.
I saw a piece of paper fly out of the booth.
Yeah.
What might that have been? Was that mine?
No, that was not yours. That was mine.
It wouldn't have been your scorecard.
Oh, of course it would not have been that. That would never happen.
Here's the pitch, hit to deep right, trouble back toward the wall, and gone. Joey Gallo with a 3-run homer, and just like that, Washington has taken a 6-5 lead.
Well, Gallo, as we were just talking about, one of the stronger guys in our game, and if you make a mistake against him, he can make you pay. And this is a pitch inside. They want this fastball away, up and away, and it is up and in, and he hits a line drive bullet to right, and it reaches the seats.
So he's not the kind of a guy around that cuts down his stroke on 2 strikes. He was still trying to hit a long ball, and that's exactly what he did. And now C.J. Abrams will foul it away. So Javier Assad will have no decision. And now it becomes a battle of the bullpens. Washington on top 6-5 here in the top of the 6th inning. And the 0-1 to Abrams is down low. Here's the next offering from the veteran left-hander. Low and inside for a ball. Abrams with a single and a double, a couple of stolen bases. He has scored twice. And he now has another base hit, a sharp ground ball up the middle.
And he'll be running here with 2 outs in the inning. As you said, he's got a couple stolen bases already. He'll be taking off probably within the first couple pitches, I would guess, against Smiley.
Dylan Cruz ready to step in. When Cubs steal bags, Cubs stolen bases, thinking of steals, those are brought to you by Arturo Tire. Fastball is low. Arturo Tire, spelled Atturo. They'll make a donation to Keeping Families Covered. Washington with 3 stolen bases in the game. Abrams leads at first, and he'll be chased back by Smiley. It could be that Abrams, a relatively inexperienced player, has not yet seen the move of Smiley and just wants to look at it for a couple of pitches before he runs. He's not going. And this fastball is high. Now it's 2-0. So you're not going to have a pitch out on 2-0. I think he's going here. What do you think?
I would think he took a long look and really was still at first base. He's got a pretty good lead right now.
Not going. There's a strike on the outside. The pitch out is another thing that has kind of gone by the wayside. It used to be a very popular defensive strategy when a guy at first was a good runner, but you don't see that much anymore. What would be your theories as to why you don't see that? Because it used to work and cut down a lot of would-be base stealers.
Well, I think what you have to do is the person calling those from the dugout, you got to have somebody that understands the running game and has a good feel for what's going to happen in the game.
Fouled away, run 2-2.
And because the running game went away for quite a few years, not every team has somebody that can handle the running game. And I've known, different teams that the person on the bench doing that did not have that feel. And now I think guys are going to have to pay much closer attention to that. I do believe, though, that teams don't want to give up a ball just for the pitch out in case it doesn't work.
The runner goes, the pitch fouled away. So you're weighing a ball as opposed to a possible base where a guy could score from second on a base hit.
That's
so
correct.
You're weighing those two. Now the stretch for the 2-2.
Abrams with a huge lead.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 ends the inning. But some damage is done. A 3-run homer by Joey Gallo. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Washington 6, Cubs 5. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Hey, fantasy football fans, this is Faraz from Upper Hand Fantasy. We're here 5 times a week to make sure you can back up that smack talk on your league's message board. Join us and stay ahead of the competition. Follow Upper Hand Fantasy on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Something amazing is happening. This university is learning how to simplify its data. That's because CDW experts are enabling organizations to get the most out of their cloud with a Nutanix hybrid multi-cloud solution. One secure platform delivers greater agility and speed, so administrators and their students are better prepared for the future. Make amazing happen. Nutanix and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/Nutanix.
Nico Horner is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Huh?
All right, let's see if the Cubs can battle back. They trail by a run. First pitch to Nico Horner. He bluffs a bunt, takes low and away for ball 1. Cubs baseball brought to you by Stella Blue. Nico will look at a fastball strike. Law, the new pitcher for Arizona. He came on to get the last out in the 5th. Fastball away. Derek Law coming back 2-1. Horner hits a fly ball to right center. Playable for Cruz. He comes in and makes the catch. Nico gone on the fly ball to center. One away. And the batter, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ball hit pretty well, but with the wind blowing out towards the left field corner, that ball going in the right center gap really just kind of hung up there. Ball not carrying to right or right center, that's for sure.
I had some Stella Blue coffee this morning. As a matter of fact, big thank you to Stella Blue and Barstool Big Cap. They are the official coffee sponsor of Cubs Radio. All 3 of the blends that we have are delicious. Big Cat Blend, Electric Avenue, Positive Vibes. They're all good. Great taste. With each purchase of Stella Blue coffee, proceeds go to Paws Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. So Stella Blue coffee, great purpose, better coffee. Time to take back your mornings. The pitch on the way to Crow Armstrong is outside. 2-2 on Pete. Shallow at third is Tana. You would doubt that he'd be trying to lay down a bunt with 2 strikes on him, but Tana shallow anyway. And the 2-2. Bounced back to the mound. Easy play for out number 2. And the batter is Miguel Amaya. Would you have been in on the grass with a guy with 2 strikes on him?
No, but Pete, he did that in the 5th inning, and he's also done it. He did it in the last series where he bunted with 2 strikes. He got a base hit.
Okay.
So but to your point, I would not. I still would be like, go ahead and bunt and take your chances. You know, I think that's going to be one of those things where they'll probably discuss that here coming up to see if that's a good play or not for Pete.
Here's the pitch to Amaya, and it's outside. So many things in sports run a shot that you might take in basketball or a pass that you might make as a quarterback. It's a good play if it works.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's a chopper to third, fair. Long throw by Tana, 1 hop, and it's in time to end the inning. If it doesn't work, there's going to be a discussion. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 7th inning. Washington 6, Cubs 5. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's up? James Cole here from the Sleeper King Football Podcast, a short-form show dedicated to sleepers. Every fantasy league has a Sleeper King. It should be you. Follow Sleeper King Football in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The number one selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation, Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
We go to the seventh inning. Ethan Roberts, the spectacled right-hander, will be the new Cubs pitcher. He's done a good job. ERA of 2.78. Right now, he wants to put a 0 on the board in this seventh inning. Cubs are trailing 6-5. James Wood at the plate. Wood has walked, doubled a drive and a run, and struck out. Tall, strong, left-handed batter. Wood will take a strike. And the next pitch to Wood is swung on and missed. Wood is one of the biggest left fielders that you'll ever see. He is 6'7", 234 pounds. But very athletic. Here's the 0-2 to Wood. And he'll take low and inside for a ball. Cubs pitching changes. Those are brought to you by James Hardy Building Products. James Hardy siding with the Cubs. Now the 1-2 pitch from Ethan Roberts. And Wood takes a little bit high, 2-2. The great Andre Dawson is going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" tonight. And the Volvo's seventh inning stretch, sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles. Chopper foul right side. Those plug-in hybrid vehicles, electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Nobody out, top of the seventh inning. Washington leading 6-5. The difference, a 3-run homer by Joey Gallo in the sixth inning. Fastball is high, 3-2. Chaparro on deck, and then Tena. Roberts ready, and the payoff pitch on the way. Low and inside, he walks him. Ethan throws a great many breaking balls. He thought he would fool Wood on the 3-2 pitch, but Wood laid off and gets on base for the third time tonight, and the batter is Chaparro.
Yeah, it's that slider down and in, and sometimes you throw a really good breaking ball, and at 3-2, a guy is a little more tentative than normal, and just takes that pitch because he knows he can't really do much with it.
Swinging a foul back by Chaparro. Wood will be held on by Bush. Washington aggressive tonight. They've stolen 3 bags. Wood leading. And he'll be chased back. Fairly close play. Pretty good move by Roberts.
Boy, for all the Cub pitchers in these 4 games, every single guy's going to brush up on their pickoff move to first, because this Washington Nationals team, they are going to run up and down the lineup.
The lead at first, the runner not going. The pitch lifted to left. Shallow and playable for Happ. Easy play, and that's going to be out number 1. Cubs baseball brought to you by QQQ. We are coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Tena has singled twice. Jose Tena. Left-handed batter waiting. Tena with a stolen base and a run batted in.
Now, with one out here and a one-run ball game, it would not surprise me if you see Wood take off. Look at his lead. When he gets out there, he's got long legs, but he's out there almost to the cut of the grass, which is a huge lead.
He's not running. The pitch swung on and missed by the left-handed hitter Tena. Pirates have beaten the Cardinals 3-2. Cardinals in a similar situation as the Cubs. This pitch outside for a ball. Atlanta hammered Cincinnati earlier, 15-3.
How about some of the scores tonight? Dodgers scored 20 runs. There's a 15 on the board.
The leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani, drove in 10 as a leadoff batter. How does that happen? Well, for one thing, you hit 3 home runs. Yeah, that goes a long way. Yeah. Swing and a miss. He's got 120 RBIs. Still got about 9 or 10 games to go.
Well, that was the thing you and I were talking about earlier today. You have a leadoff hitter that's your designated hitter, and he's got 120 RBIs hitting in the leadoff spot. What would he have knocked in if he hit third?
150. And the 1-2 to Tena. Taken high for a ball, 2-2.
I mean, not that your second and third hitters are shabby in L.A., you know. Betts and Freeman, you know, they're not exactly struggling.
But that is kind of a recent trend. You put your very best power hitter up in the leadoff spot because he'll bat more times that way. It makes sense in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some old school baseball people would say, well, wouldn't you want him to bat behind guys who have the highest on-base percentages so that it increases the likelihood of RBIs? Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's the 2-2 to Tena. Low and inside for a ball, 3-2, but it's a new way of thinking.
Yeah, but I do believe there's only so many teams that can do that, right? You have to have a really good number. You've got to have 3 or 4 really quality, top-notch hitters in the league to have your best hitter hit first. So, you know, and the Dodgers have that. So they have that luxury of being able to do that.
Swing and a miss. Runner goes, throw to second. Tag in time. Perfect throw by Amaya. The runner Woods slid right into the tag. Dave Martinez pondering whether or not to challenge the call. He will not. What a perfect throw by Miguel Amaya. Right on the bag. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is time for the stretch. Washington leading by a score of 6-5.
Thanks, guest
Andre Dawson is going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Cubs Hall of Famer, former Cubs outfielder, and Florida A&M University alumnus, Andre Dawson.
All right, Cubs fans, everybody up on your feet. As an HBCU alumni, I want to thank you for coming out and help celebrate HBCU night. Loud and clear, let me hear you on 3, a 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the If they don't win, it's a shame for it. 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, thank you. Let's get some runs.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Pros, save big on top brands during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save $40 on select 5-gallon Valspar paint, like Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, or Valspar Stain. Plus, save $20 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Shop these limited-time deals and more in-store or online. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 10/27. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
First pitch to Ian Happ, looped into shallow center, and that'll fall in for a base hit. Ian collecting his 3rd single of the game. The tying run is on base, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning, and here is Dansby Swanson. Robert Garcia is the new Washington pitcher, and a fastball strike to Dansby. Pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Low and inside from the left-hander, 1-1. Wind still blowing out toward left. Each team with a home run. Joey Gallo, a 3-run blow for Washington. Seiya Suzuki had a tape measure homer back in the 3rd for the Cubs to left center. Swanson out in front of an off-speed pitch, fouls it away, 1-2. Cubs averaged just under 9 a game against Washington 3 weekends ago when they played in D.C. Just one of those series where the Cubs had clutch hits. Washington's defense was a little shaky. And the Cubs swept all 3 to wrap up a 6-0 trip through Pittsburgh and Washington. Swinging a line drive to center, a base hit. Stopping at second is Happ. Dansby Swanson collecting his 3rd hit of the day.
Back-to-back singles here in this inning, 2 bullets. And now let's see if the Cubs can cash in here with Say at the plate.
Okay, Ron, you're Suzuki. You've got 2 men on. Your team is down by a run. How are you approaching this at bat?
Now, for Say, you're looking for something out over the plate. You want to stay away from the ball inside and in off the plate. He handles the ball way much better. He's already blasted 1. This would be a good time for a 3-run homer.
Seiya takes outside. Well, the top of the order really on base a lot tonight. 3 hits for both Happ and Swanson. And Suzuki with a single, a 2-run homer, and a walk. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
They had a big swing at that 89-mile-an-hour changeup on the outside corner. That's the pitch he wants to hit, is that pitch away.
The lights have long since taken full effect. Breeze blowing out toward left. Seiya fouls it away, 1-2. Each team got a run in the first. Each team got 2 in the 3rd. Cubs got 2 in the 5th. Washington 3 in the 6th. Nationals on top 6-5. Suzuki takes low and in, 2-2.
Quite a few changeups in this at bat from Garcia to Suzuki.
And now the 2-2. Seiya takes strike 3 call. Suzuki caught looking. He did a little hop of frustration. And that's out number 1.
Yes, a fastball outer third, but it gets a lot of the plate. That's a good pitch for strike 3.
Trip Gibson, the umpire, did make the right call. Here's Cody Bellinger. Lefty to lefty. And Cody swings and misses.
Challenges tonight. And manager challenges and replays. They're taking a second look. And second look is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Now the 0-1. Just outside. Another perfect throw by Amaya.
Yeah.
And Zach would say he really put some salsa on that one to throw out the runner. Brought to you by Salsa King of Chicago. Remind you that you can put salsa on everything. Available at Jewel Osco and Mariano's. And you have the honor of meeting.
I've met the Salsa King. So has Zach.
King.
Zach and him are close. That's how this whole thing became,
is that right?
became a deal. Yeah. Zach, he told me he put salsa on everything. Salmon the other day, salsa.
So immediately, Zach and the Salsa King became buddies. Line drive, base hit, left center. This is going to tie the game. Racing to third is Swanson as Happ comes in to score. Ball game tied 6-6. Cody Bellinger with his second run batted into the game. His 72nd of the year. And now the Cubs, with one away, have a good opportunity, Ron, to take the lead.
Great job by Belly. You know, all game long, early in the game, he was having issues just out in front. Finally, he lets this ball carry deep and just shoots it the other way to drive in a game-tying run. Big swing of the bat by Belly and great adjustment in game at the plate. That's big-time stuff for Belly to drive in that run.
Sometimes there's a guy just a little overly anxious.
Yeah. You want to do too much, and you're up there, trying to hit the ball too far, too hard, and you just got to back off a little bit, use the other side, especially with the game on the line where you need a base hit there, and Belly comes up with it.
Ball game tied at 6. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
6-6, one away, first and third, bottom of the 7th inning. Isak Paredes steps in. Garcia's pitch. Isak takes a strike. Okay. What is Isak thinking here, Ron?
Well, I think you got to try to drive this ball to the middle or the other way like he did last time. He just took a fastball right down the middle.
Paredes has flied out and struck out and delivered a sac fly. Trying to drive in the go-ahead run here in the 7th inning. Now the 0-1 from the lefty Garcia. Bellinger runs. The ball bounced to third. Heading home is Swanson. He'll score. The throw to first in time, and Bellinger goes all the way to third. I thought with Bellinger running that Tena might aggressively charge the grounder and come home with the throw. Did you think that too?
Well, that's it. That's the play. If you're not going to turn a pair, you get that chopper, you're going to come in and field that ball and be coming towards home plate. So you kind of set your feet and throw a bullet to the plate. He did not. Then he throws to first. And great base running by Belly to go from first to third. There's another key moment of this play that is just a good veteran move. Swanson, instead of running down the line in foul territory, ran way inside in the infield grass to cut down the throwing lane from the third baseman. This is a great move. And you see the catcher, Ruiz, try to jump way over into fair territory to give a throwing lane, but could not. Great play by Swanson running home.
Michael Bush pops it up left side over near the grandstand. It is playable for Tana, and he makes the catch to end the inning. But a good inning for the Cubs. 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 7, Washington 6. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, save big on top brands during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save $40 on select 5-gallon Valspar paint, like Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, or Valspar Stain. Plus, save $20 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Shop these limited-time deals and more in-store or online. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 10/27. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
What is chronic migraine? It's 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not approved for adults with migraine who have 14 or fewer headache days a month. Ask your doctor about Botox.
Botox is a prescription medicine injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Talk to your doctor and visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Hey, fantasy football owners, I'm Matt Harmon from Reception Perception, a podcast dedicated to the wide receivers. Are you as confident in your flex as you are in your wide receiver one? I didn't think so. So follow Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The out-of-town scoreboard is fueled by Shitco Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Shitco, you're good to go. The Mets a 10-6 winner over the Phillies. Francisco Alvarez, Brandon Nimmo, and Pete Alonso all going deep for New York. Meantime, the Diamondbacks a 5-1 winner over the Brewers. Pavin Smith with a 2-run home run. So at this very moment, the Mets and Diamondbacks hold a 7.5-game lead over the Cubs, pending the result of tonight's ballgame here at Wrigley Field. One other big score, Pat. The Dodgers a 20-4 drubbing of the Marlins. The score not as important as how they got there. Shohei Ohtani with a career game and then some. 6 hits, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases. First member of the 50-50 club. He's now got 51 home runs, Pat, to go along with 51 stolen bases. Also hitting .294 with 120 RBIs.
The legend of Shohei Ohtani just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Zach, thank you. We move to the 8th inning. Jorge Lopez, Cubs right-hander, now pitching, facing Keibert Ruiz. Ruiz is 0 for 3. And the pitch by Lopez. Bouncing ball to first. Tough hop. Bobbled by Bush. Scrambles after it. Shovels to first in time. He ran over, shoveled it, backhanded the ball, never touched it with his bare hand. And Lopez covering the bag. Nice play by both men.
Yeah, Michael comes in and tries to be aggressive on that last hop to come in and get it. And hits him in the heel of the glove, I believe. But it just goes right in front of him, and he kind of does the old shovel as he picks the ball up with the glove and shovels it to Lopez, who got there early. That was the key. He got over to the bag early, and that was a good key to that play to make sure you get the out.
Juan Yepes, the batter, first out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports with Xfinity. Why? Because it's only live once.
And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars for the Kid. Donate your car today, Pat.
Conference on the mound gives us a chance to let you know that Cubs baseball is being sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Cubs leading 7-6, 8th inning. Yepes, the batter. The attendance tonight, 31,479. And Ron Coomer is the winner in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. He will be holding a press conference immediately following tonight's game.
Big night in the Coomer house. Yeah, big night.
You can hear his cheering section in the background. Sort of. Here
Zach's
comes
just
the
mad
1-0
he didn't
pitch on the
win
way. 1-1 on Yepes. Let me get back to an alert observation you made when Swanson was running from third to the plate. You played third base, so undoubtedly you had runners try to pull that move on you, forcing you to throw it to an area that you didn't really want to. Fly ball to right on the track is Bellinger to make the catch. And that's out number 2. The question I have, could an umpire call a runner out for interference running in the way of the throw?
You could, but Bellinger, Swanson created that angle right away. As soon as the ball was hit, he started for home, but he cuts in immediately into fair territory to run. That's legal. You're fine to do that.
Okay.
And because he's still somewhat in the path going to home. He just went from foul territory to fair territory. That's fine.
Okay.
The play for the third baseman is you just got to get the ball over the top of the runner and get it to home plate. That's the play. Easier said than done. I have made that play, and I've also hit the runner in the back with a throw home. And it's just frustrating, but it's a great base running play. By Swanson. I'll give all the young people that are out there listening a piece of advice. When you're in a rundown or you're in a play like that, you always run for the fielder's glove. If you run at the fielder's glove, that's where the ball is going. If you're in a rundown or a pickoff behind you, if you run at the glove, that's where the ball's going to go. You got a chance at having it hit you.
That's a great piece of advice.
Yeah.
Run to the glove. Fouled away by Darren Baker. Darren putting on a show tonight. 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. His first career big league 3-hit game. First career multi-hit game, as a matter of fact. He swings and misses, strike 3. And that ends the inning. Good job by Jorge Lopez. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 7, Washington 6. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans. It's Pete Crow Armstrong. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
What is our promise? At Aurora University, we know you want to have a positive impact on the world. Here, you will get an exceptional education that will help you prepare for a purposeful life and a fulfilling career. When you graduate, you're not just getting a degree, you're continuing on a pathway to a more successful tomorrow. It's your future, it's our promise. And it can only happen at Aurora University. Learn more at aurora.edu.
Pope Patrick Wisdom for the 2024 Roberto Clemente Award, presented by Capital One, recognizing players who best represent the game through positive contributions both on and off the field. Vote today at MLB.com/Clemente Award. Pat?
Zach, thank you. All reviews in this game sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Cubs lead by a run. Ferrer is the new pitcher. We will get a first name for Ferrer here between now and the start of the post-game show.
Well, here, I'll give you some time. Designated hitters for the Cubs are sponsored by Fireplace and Chimney Authority. Visit online at their Elmhurst or Lyle showrooms.
Jose Ferrer.
And doubles by Cubs hitters. They're sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport.
Pointer 1 for 3, hits a high fly ball to right. Gallo with a routine play, and that's going to be out number 1. 1 gone, bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs leading 7-6. And the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong. How about a bunt single right here?
Yeah. They get a lefty on the mound. So the play would be to bunt this ball at the second baseman, at Baker, and make him come in and field this ball.
For Armstrong, nothing for 3. Takes a little bit high for a ball. Please stay tuned for the It's Not a Game, Illinois.com Cubs radio postgame show with Zach Zaidman. Here's the 1-0. Bouncer toward the middle. Going to be a tough play for Baker. Bobbles it. And safe at first is Crow Armstrong. It's amazing how many more errors are committed on balls hit by speedy runners because you're just in such a hurry, Ron.
Well, I think that's the whole idea, right? Is you want Pete Crow Armstrong to be like that play. That's a high fastball to not hit a lot of high fly balls and routine outs. But if you're going to make an out, if he puts the ball in play on the ground, he is putting a lot of pressure on the defense.
He is running, and the throw to second. There might have been a balk. Time is being called by Trip Gibson. Gibson, the home plate umpire, is motioning toward Crow Armstrong.
Yep.
Was there a balk?
There was a balk.
There
So
it
he's
is.
having Pete stay at second, and Davey Martinez is going out to top. He's going to ask Trip Gibson what happened. Adrian Johnson's going to come over and tell Davey, give him an explanation. Yep.
So Crow Armstrong is at second. He was given an infield single apparently a minute ago. Okay, so the front leg, if you're going to throw to first on a pickoff throw, that front leg has to go toward first base.
Yep. And it did not.
I think they're saying he stepped more toward the plate than he did toward first, and that is a balk.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Now here's the pitch to Miguel Amaya, and he takes inside. So catching up on the scorecard here, give Crow Armstrong an infield single, and he gets second on a balk. And the pitch to Amaya is a strike. Miguel has made 2 of the best throws we've seen any catcher make all season tonight. Throws right on the bag at second, each time cutting down a would-be Nationals base stealer. He takes inside. It's 2-1. Could be a big run out at second base. Ferrer threw that last pitch 99 miles an hour.
He's rushing it up there pretty good.
And the 2-1. Bouncing ball toward the middle. Baker will bobble this one and then throw to first in time. He was right near the second base bag. Baker fought it to a draw, picked it up then and threw to first. On the play, Crow Armstrong goes to third, 2 down.
Yes, ball gets deflected by the pitcher. And then it ends up right at the second base bag. Baker's had 2 tough plays. I'm kind of surprised they gave the first one a base hit, because if he fields that ball cleanly and throws, he probably gets beat at first, even though Armstrong, one of the faster guys in the league.
Stay tuned for the toast of the game, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, coming up in the 9th inning. Ian Happ batting, pops it up foul. Ian with 3 singles and 2 runs scored. So that is that toast of the game is presented by Benny's, and it'll be named by Ron Coomer. We have to name a catch of the game. Ron, is there anything that comes to mind?
How about the double play up the middle, the 4-6-3 double play by Nico and that kind of under the arm throw?
Pickoff throw to third. Safe as Crow Armstrong diving back in.
That was one of the slicker double plays we've seen, right?
That's the one, Ron. Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Discover the best of the Midwest at CatchDesMoines.com. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. The delivery inside to Happ. This guy can bring it. 99 mph again. Our best moment of the game. Maybe the 2-run home run by Seiya Suzuki in the third. Happ swings and misses. That ends the inning. Cubs don't score, but we're going to say the 2-run homer by Suzuki, the best moment of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. When things are at their worst, we're at our best. Loyola Medicine. Time to fasten those seatbelts. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 7, Washington 6. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, Ian Happ here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Pros, now's your chance to save big during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. Right now, save big on appliances like the GE Stainless Steel Kitchen Suite. Plus, save $40 on 5-gallon pails of Valspar Reserve, Valspar Defense, and Valspar Stain. Shop Pro Savings Days today for big savings on everything you need to get the job done right. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 9/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, fantasy football owners, I'm Matt Harmon from Reception Perception, a podcast dedicated to the wide receivers. Are you as confident in your flex as you are in your wide receiver one? I didn't think so. So follow Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know those moments you never want to end? Maybe they don't have to. Smartwool was born to make the world feel good. So your best days outside last longer. Smartwool. Go far. Feel good.
The #1 selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Pat?
Porter Hodge trying to nail it down. Big right-hander's first pitch high to Joey Gallo. Cubs lead by a precarious 7-6. Gallo swings and misses. Gallo already with a home run, Ron, and you know that's what he's thinking right here.
Well, every time he steps to the plate, that's his thoughts, is to hit the ball as far as he can hit it.
Breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-2. What would you like here?
I would spin him another one. I would not throw him a strike, and I would try to get him to chase one of these next 2 or 3 pitches.
Grounded sharply to second. Glove cleanly by Horner. Out number 1. Nico made the pick, and then the short toss to first. Score that one 4-3. One away, 9th inning. Cubs leading 7-6, and the batter C.J. Abrams.
Well, the hardest working player of the game, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve. And how about Dansby Swanson will be our hardest working player. 3 hits and 4 at-bats today. Good base running play and made some really nice plays on defense.
Deep drive to right center in the gap. It's going to be a base hit going all the way to the wall. Off the bat of C.J. Abrams. He is going to stop at second with a double as the throw comes in. Good hustle by Crow Armstrong and Bellinger. They knew that with the speed of Abrams that he would be thinking 3 possibly.
Absolutely. This is a little breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. Abrams hammers this ball in a gap. I was kind of hoping the ball would stick in the ivy, to be honest with you, and it did not. But, 2 guys with great speed on that play. You had Pete Armstrong going to get the ball and Abrams, and they kind of nullified each other, and it held them to a double.
Tying run at second, 1 away, 9th inning. Dylan Cruz takes outside. Abrams enjoying a 4-for-5 night with a pair of doubles, pair of singles, and a pair of stolen bases. Right-hander to right-hander. Cruz is 0-for-4. Fastball outside, 2-0.
Hodge with a really good arm. Great fastball in the high 90s and a slider.
Hodge 5 saves. He's let 3 others slip away. And the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball.
Took a little off that one. Ball starts out in the zone and just breaks down and away.
Wind still blowing toward left. Cruz waits the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, center field. Back is Crow Armstrong with room, shy of the track, makes the catch. Tagging and going to third is Abrams, and safely. Cruz just missed a long ball. 2 down. Nationals down to their last chance, but they've got the tying run 90 feet away, and the batter is James Wood.
Kind of a risky play by Abrams, but he makes it. Thought he might slide off the bag. That would have been the final out of the game.
Fans standing at Wrigley. 31,000 plus are here. The pitch to Wood. Way outside, ball 1. Wood is 1 for 2 with a double, an RBI, and a pair of walks. Cubs 1 out away from a victory. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike.
Good little backdoor breaking ball from Hodge.
Fans standing all around Wrigley Field. Very few folks have gone home. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball is high. He just kind of showed him that fastball. Outfield deep, straight away against James Wood. And now the 2-1 from Hodge. Just outside, 3-1.
A good hook by Hodge. Tried to throw another backdoor breaking ball. Just missed the outside corner.
Andres Chaparro is on deck. He's a right-handed batter. And now the 3-1 to Wood. Strike 2 call. What's on your mind, Ron?
Well, you throw a 3-1 breaking ball. Do you go back to 3-2 and throw the same hook?
The stretch for the 3-2. Here it comes. Outside, ball 4. He went with the off-speed pitch and missed. And now the potential go-ahead run is at first. The tying run remains at third. And Andres Chaparro due up. And Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, will head to the mound. Chaparro has single to drive in a run. grounded out and flied out twice. 1 for 4. He's got some power. You can tell just looking at him, he's strong.
And this is a little bit about scouting report, and then also, Tommy, a little confidence boost, trying to come out and probably talk to Hodge about being on the attack. Trust your stuff. You got a great arm. Go ahead and throw strikes early in this at bat.
The wind blowing straight out to left. It'll give a ball a carry to left. A ball hits a right or right center is going to get knocked down a little bit, I think. Okay. Tying run at third. Go ahead, run at first. 2 down, top of the 9th inning. Here we go. The runner at first goes. The pitch fouled away. Wood off and running. I did not expect that. Did you?
No, I did not. But, I guess we shouldn't be surprised when you've got a team that runs as much as the Nationals do. They are going to run.
And he had a good jump.
The other thing, I don't think the Cubs would throw through to second base. I think they would just hold the ball at home, not take the chance on having Abrams score on a throw to second.
Cubs lead 7-6, 2 down, 9th inning. Wood runs. Breaking ball inside. Stolen base for Wood. The Cubs do not throw, as you suggested, Ron. That pitch was very close. I'm not sure really where it missed.
Maybe it didn't. Right at the bottom of the zone.
Could have been called. It's 1-1 on Chaparro. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Now the Nationals down to their last strike. What's on your mind?
I would stick with the breaking ball. Chaparro was well out in front of that one. This pitch down and away. He missed this ball by quite a bit.
The set. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball. Left field. Shallow. Playable. Happ is there. Cubs win the ball game. The Cubs win it by a score of 7-6. He threw another breaking ball. It was a little bit of a hanger, but the timing of the swing was a little off. And so it got the job done, and the Cubs win the ball game.
Yeah, the breaking ball, Gerald just out front. He just didn't stay back long enough, and the Cubs end up winning a game. Hodge with another save. And a very nice game for the Cubs. How about 12 hits again in this ball game for the Cubs offense? So up and down the lineup, the guys did some good. Happ with a big day, 3 hits. Swanson with a big day, 3 hits. Suzuki with 2 hits and a big home run. Belly with 3 hits and 2 hits and 3 RBI.
In a moment, we're going to be sending it down to our good friend Bruce Levine.